Sideline of goal. Late winner's doing it. They're gonna take. He's gonna bring down Burning. Alone with a double kill. Dropping fast. Final points there. He's still alive. Wait, second slide. He's going one time. He's going a second. He's taking it. They're all die on three. They're all dead.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to day number 6 of the Summit 2 by G2A.com, the America Division. We are now into game number 4 of 5 best of ones, a long marathon of casts once again. And I myself, Kyle Guy, bringing you the action. But believe it or not, FRL is back. What's the deal, man? Couldn't get enough? Had to come back for another?
I'm back.
You're back.
Well,
You don't deserve this anymore, though. Sorry. You don't deserve your Superman
I
outfit.
have time for one more game.
All right, I'm going to give you the Captain Picard failfish face. You get that instead. You teased us all, and now you got a face palm. That's what you get, buddy.
My mic working? Okay, it is.
I hear you. I hear you. Do you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, that's what's important then. So our next matchup, it's going to be Complexity, currently sporting a nice 3-0 record. They're going to be taking on the young up-and-comer squad that's been together for quite a while in more of the underground scene, I guess you could say. Team Leviathan, formerly known as Flipside Tactics NA, a team that also battled their way all the way through the qualifier, going undefeated along the way, and also showed a really strong start here in the group stages. They are currently sporting a 2-2 record, not too shabby, but would love to secure some more wins, and we'll see how they do. We'll go ahead and hop into the draft. And as you can see, with their advantage of first pick, they grab up the Brewmaster, Complexity fire back, getting a hold of the Skywrath Mage, Nature's Prophet combo, and Leviathan follow up with the Abaddon grab as a more, babysitting kind of a support. Nice start.
Yeah. And there's like some teams that really like Abaddon, and then there's like other teams that never pick this hero. So I know like teams like EG, they really like this hero. You know, a Photic Shield is one of the best skills in the game.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it removes stuns. I mean, this hero can just keep people alive for so long. It's ridiculous.
It's
It's definitely good against Skywrath and...
No, I agree. I mean, I don't know why they picked it up pretty early here, so they probably have a bit of synergy in mind. The first thing that always pops out is, of course, a potential Necrophos also coming in once again, and a lot of extra sustain. Though they haven't banned out AA yet, that's always one of the first support heroes I kind of reach to when they're going to be building up a lot of additional heal, whether it's going to be the Abaddon in a tree kind of combo, or, like I said, Necrophos being there, it could really hinder their day. But Nature's Prophet and Skywrath Mage also have a nice bit of synergy in their own right. Sprout, as long as they don't have a Tango or some way to cut on out, can provide some good lockdown for a Mystic Flare follow-up, if I do say so myself. But overall, I imagine this is going to be Limp playing the Nature's Prophet. Does fantastic work in his off lane, and we'll typically be able to add a little bit of split pushing and overall pushing potential to the Complexity gang.
5 seconds
Yeah, and I
remaining.
think they could also look towards a Rubik. I think Rubik is very good here. It's good against Abaddon and
Reserve
Brewmaster. You have the potential to steal the split. It's always a threat. And then the Aphotic Shield and the Mist Coil are very good steals as well. So we could see a Rubik coming out. Although Rubik's Sky Mage probably not the greatest support duo. It'd be a bit greedy, but I'm gonna go with the Slark.
Moon Meander
Radiant
Slark
team
again.
The trusty Slark.
Yeah.
They really enjoyed this hero, so
It's worked out for
Not a
them the
big
past
surprise.
2 matches, and they're just going to kind of keep it going. And now it's going to be on Team Leviathan if, well, they have the answer. And, they're a ragtag group of individuals. Shredder is a pretty potent carry player in his own right. They're also pretty rich, or they're under the guidance of someone who has a lot of freaking money, because they always pull out. I say it every time now
10
because it's just so
seconds
funny to
remaining.
see, like, they have just so much
what
like
items will they be
cosmetics
sporting?
worth.
5
They just
seconds
love the
remaining.
style points, whether it's a Dragon Claw hook, a Platinum Roche, the Golden
Reserve
Doomling, even the Alpine set was picked up by this
Dire
group.
team
I mean, that was like the biggest thing. I was like, I had never seen an Alpine set in a competitive game ever until that point. That was just a treat to watch right there. But they move on forward. They get a hold of the Faceless Void on their own side, and without the Skywrath Mage, to their own benefit, they could grab up a secondary support, that being either, a Witch Doctor, maybe even a Jakiro. That could work as well, someone who could really take advantage of the Chronosphere bubble We'll see if that's something they fall back on.
Remaining.
I mean, I like the Void pick here. I think it's good against all of these heroes. Maybe not this. It's sort of good and bad against Skywrath. If Skywrath ever gets
Reserve
chronoed,
time.
he's gonna die instantly because he has no armor and low health. But you can also, it's like works two ways, as Skywrath can silence Void before he's able to get the chrono off. Void, obviously not as good against Slark as it used to be with the chrono changes this patch, as it doesn't show Slark when he's in Shadow Dance. So if Slark's able to get the Shadow Dance off, I think Slark is pretty good against Void.
You know, it's not for certain whether or not this Faceless Void is going to be the off-lane grab, but someone, when I was looking up, Legion Commander could be something that can contest the Slark relatively easy, and can fit a variety of roles, and is still available in the pool. Her, along with Terrorblade, seem to be going untouched for the most of the day, surprisingly enough, and we could look to see that.
Honestly, Terrorblade's been pretty untouched by everyone recently. I think Cloud9 is the only team that's picked it up.
Yeah.
Last fair bit. I mean, I don't know.
But even
I
they have
think
shown
people are-
a new variety of drafting styles as well. We saw the Necrophos pick up, you know, Alliance, who also had ran Terrorblade, you know, or more of a like 4 Protect 1 kind of a style, have been picking up some new funky, fresh kind of lineups like your Bristleback cores. And I definitely welcome the new era of this patch, and sometimes just kind of seeing the same old gets a bit stale, though. Some of the primary pickups are still there in bans. You know, got to make sure Death Prophet's out of the picture. They even now consider banning out the Ogre, just getting tired of seeing that reckless support over and over again. Brewmaster is the first pickup, and Shibi does great work with that hero, so I'm not really surprised that Leviathan will grab that up for himself. And of the 2 supports I called out, they're going to go with the Jakiro, you know, a hero that can benefit a lot from the Chronosphere and lay down huge potential damage with that Macro Pyre, and then follow it up with an Ice Path. You're going to have a pretty good time.
Yeah, the Jakiro plus Void combo. I think we might see a safe lane Void this game, although I think Puck would do fairly well against this tri-lane of Faceless Void, Jakiro, and Abaddon. Although they might do dual lanes where they have... They could actually do, like, they could pull a page out of EG's book and do Jakiro, Abaddon offlane and pick another support hero.
That's true.
I think that could actually be fairly strong this game, depending on Complexity's last pick. I think that's hinged upon their last pick. If they pick, you know, a hard supporting type hero that can complement Skywrath, or if they're going to pick something greedy that wants to jungle.
Well,
I think if they pick a jungle hero, then they'll do dual lanes.
5 seconds remaining.
You're talking for Complexity or for...
Yeah, if I'm saying if Complexity pick a greedy support hero as their second support, then this Jakiro Abaddon lane in against the Slark Skywrath could be pretty decent. But I think if they pick another support, like just any support, then they probably can't do that.
I'm going to throw something out there, all right?
Go ahead.
Just against the wall. They could kind of take a page also out of the EG book and go with a position for Nature's Prophet, and this could still be an off-lane Puck. They did it last game. Just casually throwing it out there. You know, who knows, but you could be right as well. They could just roll with a mid-lane Puck or mid-lane Nature's Prophet and put the other one in the off-lane. This could be a secondary support, but really at this day and age in Dota, I mean, there's no real surprise as far as what the hell we could see from either of these teams. So I'm curious to see Complexity. I mean, this is a team now that is working together in their LAN house in LA, taking the game that much more seriously, really working hard, and it's paying off in a lot of the recent games. They're showing really strong work. I mean, taking a 40k gold lead over Root Gaming yesterday was fantastic, and then earlier today we saw them do quick work, and well, it is a Zeus, and well, Swindle Melons typically loves to play Zeus a lot. It could be a mid-lane Zeus, Puck off lane,
I think so.
And position for Nature's Prophet.
I think that's what it's going to be. So I would actually like to see either an aggressive tri-lane with a Faceless Void solo in the safe lane, or a dual lane with Jakiro and Abaddon. So we'll see what they decide to do. Knowing them, they'll probably aggressive tri-lane. They tend to like aggressive tri-lanes. I wouldn't be surprised if they like last pick Disruptor. That's a hero they really like.
5 seconds
and it would be pretty
already
strong
banned.
this game. Oh.
Complexity recognized that, so they're onto it as well.
The Complexity.
Sunken loves that Disruptor.
Yeah, so they're thinking the same thing that I was thinking, that it would be a core Jakiro with a, you know, support Disruptor, because they really like that hero.
Yeah.
So what are the other options for them? I always have issues when I can't see the whole hero pool.
Yeah, trust me, I never get to look at it. I'm just like grasping the back of my mind as far as potential
Because when you
secondary
pick
support.
heroes, you always see the whole pool.
Witch
and
Doctor's
then
still
if
in
you're-
there. They could still grab a
Yeah,
Witch
Witch
Doctor.
Doctor could be interesting.
That would be a huge way to work around a Chronosphere, that's for sure. But,
I think Witch Doctor would be a strong pick. Maybe even Ancient Apparition could be interesting too.
ooh, AA would be pretty nice. Not a lot of
If
healing
they opt
potential,
for
but
the
always
dual
works
lanes,
out.
I think.
Yeah.
Well, Sark's. It removes Sark's ult.
That's true. Hmm.
So Sark can no longer heal if he's AA ulted.
AA
It's actually a pretty big deal because when you're in your actual ult, you heal. So
yeah,
it would prevent that.
certainly would. But we'll see what they decide to go for. Reaching down into the deep necks of their reserve time to pull out their 5th and final grab on what they're going to do. The Zeus
Yeah.
grab
They
could
could
have been,
also just pick another core and then just have a Jakiro support.
That's true.
also another option.
Yeah. I mean, that's always the fail-safe to go for. I mean, I'm sure they were quite surprised by the... Whoa!
A Pudge!
Whoa! That's a Pudge. That's a Pudge, and I like it.
I really hope they're doing dual lanes with this. Like a Pudge. They could even aggro. We saw this once. I think I was casting with you. They had Pudge, Jakiro, and
Oh, it's mid,
something
though.
else. Disruptor?
You might have
Oh,
been right.
they're not having...
Oh, I remember. They did play it, because that's when I called out their Dragon Claw hook, and I'm like, these guys are rich. Them and their Dragon Claw hooks and their fancy
It looks
sets.
like... Interesting. Okay, they did swap. So Jenkins is
Oh.
playing the Pudge.
The
So
mind
it's either
games.
going to be... I bet it's going to be an aggressive tri-lane or an aggressive dual lane with Pudge Abaddon or Pudge Abaddon Jakiro. And they're going to look to put a lot of pressure on Complexity's safe lane.
This
10
is...
seconds.
And
remaining.
honestly, Void does quite well against Nature's Prophet.
5
And obviously
seconds
Pudge
remaining.
with his natural
Favorable
benefit
matchup.
against already the heavy magic damage on the other side certainly helps a bit. And he could always be someone to grab up a pipe and assist his team, because I'd imagine that plus some BKBs are going to have to be on the docket, especially for someone like Faceless Void. I mean, already Skywrath Magic on the team
Prepare
was
for
enough of a
battle.
red flag for him to try to go for a BKB, but now with Zeus there as well, they're going to have to build up a little bit of an early set of survivability before they invest in some serious damage, I'd have to say. But we'll see
I mean, I
here.
think
Go ahead.
the only hero that on Complexity side that Pudge is bad against, I would say, is Slark. And even then, I think at early levels, Pudge is quite good against Slark. You can hook him while he's ulted, and it's not that hard to hit because he's probably not going to be running in circles. But they're not going to be able to do much to this Pudge, I think. I think it's a really solid pick this
Yeah.
game, actually.
The surprise factor. Leviathan are trying to take advantage of that against Complexity, who have been more of a kind of a straight shooter kind of a group right now. And we saw Swindle Melons the other day put in huge damage. Myself and Ma casting that game, it was
30
Zeus
seconds to
on Swindle
battle.
who did like, I don't even know, he ended up with like 14 and some odd kill death at the end of it. It was I believe it was the game that went to the 40k mark before they finally
yeah.
finished him off. It was ridiculous. But let's go ahead. We hopped into the game right now. This is our 4th best of 1 of 5 today here. A matchup between Team Leviathan, formerly Flipside Tactics NA, going against Team Complexity, who are currently undefeated, 3-0. In the Summit 2 by G2A.com America. Leading out your introductions on the side of the Radiant, we got Team Leviathan.
Battle begins.
And already dealing with a little bit of a pesky Treant creep right there and being able to break away. It's going to be Nushim playing your support Abaddon. For now, all by his lonesome up in the top off-lane area. Shibi is going to be playing one of his more signature heroes, the Brewmaster here in the mid lane. Along the side, it's going to be Jenkins playing the well-decorated Pudge. Is he going for like a hook to kind of get the creeps towards the pull? Yeah, he is. I think he is. Why is he waiting here, Soul?
Oh, yeah, he is doing that.
He's going to pull.
You know, this is something that people have done before, the jungle Pudge on Radiant, where you pull the creeps back.
Yep.
You can also do it on Rubik.
He's going to pull it. It has to happen at the 57 mark.
Yes. Yeah, and he
Roughly.
was checking to see where the big creep was so that he can do it.
I've been doing this pretty recently on Earth Spirit. You could do the same thing. You kick him up to the high ground and bring it on down. You cut the same exact trees, and he's got to wait to the
But it looks like he
50
missed it.
mark. He didn't throw it yet, did he?
No, but I'm just saying he missed. He could have done it earlier, right?
No, I mean,
Is the
it
creeps already
gets a bit
spawned?
finicky at that point. 57, that's the
Okay.
mark. Oh, he blew it. He got the small creep.
Oh,
It's not going to
no.
happen. That's not going to work. That's the roughest camp to get right there is the Satyr, because the big creep is not in a spot for someone like a hook.
Oh.
Works for someone like an
That's
Ember because you can kick
actually-
it up, but now he's way in behind. He has
It's
to
kind
wait.
of a disaster.
He can wait till 27 seconds to do it now, I believe. I'm like so invested in this Pudge action right now, but just knowing
I would
what the hell's
honestly say
happening.
that's a disaster for their
Yeah.
game plan because
You
He
can
would already
get,
be. He would. You can get like insane levels doing
Oh, yeah.
this.
He
Like,
gets it
he's
right this time.
Basically, a camp behind.
he'll be able to get it this time because you can get level 3 if you can bring the creeps all the way through to 3 different camps.
Yeah, yeah.
That's big.
You drag them to the medium, and then you drag them to the next big camp, right?
Very
I mean,
good
I've only
stuff.
done it like 2 times.
Yeah.
So.
It's, few heroes have the ability. Your Rubik with telekinesis can get it done. Pudge's hook or Spirit's
I think
kick.
Rubik's a bit better at doing this because he can. It's safer, and then also when he gets level 2, he can fade bolts, so you can do all 3 camps really easily.
So interesting enough, a Anusham solo offlane Abaddon is something else you don't really see every day in your Dota life. But for now, he's just going to look to survive. Probably not going to benefit a whole lot from CS whatsoever.
Radiant's courier
but
has been killed.
Radiant's
Oh,
Courier
Radiant's
goes down. A nice
Courier.
snag right there from Z-Freak on your Nature's Prophet. Takes it down and actually had the bottle on it. Oh, Shibby's bottle's gone. And he's not going to have that anymore. Quick grab for him, and Pudge is going to take these creeps over to the 3rd camp. If he finishes this one off, he will get level 3, which definitely would help
Oh,
with an
no.
early gank. But
That's a big deal because the
yeah.
Zeus has a regen rune.
yeah,
But he has 2 minutes without his bottle.
that's rough. Rough start there on the mid lane, which they're going to look to capitalize on already. Abaddon's not having the best time in the world in his off lane, just trying to get what he can out of it. Bottom, though, faces Void. Not doing too shabby, 15 and 6. They're going
So what
against
do you-
Limp on the puck, but yeah.
When you do this jungle thing, do you just keep doing it?
Now, I normally only do it the one time because someone like an Earth Spirit I know can benefit on level 3 alone to get off early ganks, but Pudge, I guess he needs a little bit more. He might do it all the way to level 5 potentially. Who knows?
5 or something?
Yeah, they're making it go on Nusham right here. Silence is there, but not long enough, and he does deny himself at the back end of that one and goes down. So no first blood still. Moomiander walks away with very little life, but they do take down Nusham, and that's going to be a lot more
Actually,
time for him
not
to go back.
so bad for him.
Yeah.
They burned through a lot of their regen, and now they're really low. So I don't. They can't make another go at him like that again.
Certainly can't. Though Riser does have a couple of clarities still to work with if he wants to keep dishing out those heavy nuke bolts right there. But Shibby's the one that's been struggling quite a bit. He can't get anything right now. His boots are in stash. He still has to wait for the courier to get back up, which they would probably immediately fly. And then finally he'd be able to benefit from that bottle. But we're about to see the 4-minute rune, which he can't really get involved with too much. Puck's already scouting out the bottom one. And I would
Oh
imagine,
no! You look. Something happened with the pull because if you look at bottom, there's a double wave.
oh, he must have not gotten it to
They
the
must have
second
killed
camp
the creep
properly.
or something.
The one
I
thing
think
that
the
can
creep
happen,
maybe dies. Can the creep die to the tower and stuff?
if he pulls the wrong creep, it will die quickly. But what can happen also, I mean, it looked like they took out the, yeah, I guess it did because the tomato creep's not there anymore. Maybe it just died too quick. The only other time that can happen is if you don't get there in time, the creeps beat you to the next camp, and they just kind of keep walking, and they don't, go for the other stack because it's not aggroed. But mid lane, we got an Invis Nusham. They're considering making go. Oh, Hook is just going to whiff, and they're not going to be able to get hold of Swindlemelons there. It's only a level 2 Hook. The range isn't
Dire's bottom
as
tower
premier
is
as you would
under
like,
attack.
but they do miss the first opportunity to really open on up, and they know that Nature's Prophet's missing from the bottom lane, and they're going to scout out and try to get a hold of him here in the jungle, pressing on forward. Not enough mana, though, for that Hook. He's just trying instead to run in, take advantage of the shield and the rot to do big damage. And let's see, is he going to really walk him all the way down? I mean, shield's going to help a little bit.
TP too.
Pretty big burst. Sprouts himself and gets it done.
Oh,
Wow,
he kills him.
very nice stuff.
Is he dead here though?
He's getting body blocked, though. He goes down. Oh, convenient level 6 gets
Oh.
picked up by Swindle, and he finishes off and gets redemption for his fallen comrade. And they're already converging towards Nusham, who is going to caught out right now. He's got one shield up, but he has no more mana for anything else, and he's not level 6, so he will fall right here with just a few more right clicks. Nuke is available, and it will get the job done. Z-Freak there. I don't know if he benefited from the XP if he got there in time, but it was more than enough for them to get something done. Here's Pudge. Back in again. Dragon Claw Hook catches right there on Riser. Pulls him back, but gets silenced right up. They turn their attention back towards Z-Freak, and he falls back-to-back times now in this Nature's Prophet.
That could have actually been a lot better for complexity. Unfortunately, Zeus didn't get the last hit on the Pudge, and so no one got the experience for that kill. If Zeus had gotten the last hit, he would have got experience from the Zeus ult.
Ah, lovely.
So, a little bit sad for him that he didn't pick up that experience, but I'm
Dire's
sure
middle
he's fine
tower
with
is
getting
under
the kill.
attack.
Yep. So Pudge, really close to level 5 now. That's when you get that level 3, a little more girth on your hook to get it out there. But
That
rolling as a
range.
hitman squad. Him and Batten all smoked up. And it just seems like that's going to be the pace right now for Leviathan. It's more about just getting kill after kill
They
here.
found Furion.
They're going to hunt down again Z-Freak. He's pressing on it.
And
Can
he
he
has-
juke? He can't. He gets caught out again. And they should be able to finish him off with ease. That's 3 back-to-back takedowns on your Nature's Prophet. Strug City is very much a real place right now for your Furion.
Where does this Furion go now?
Nowhere safe.
Like, actually, nowhere is safe for this Furion right now. This is actually a really scary time for Complexity because, I mean, this Furion is a liability. It's a support Furion. Like, it's not a core. It doesn't have a lane that he can just fall back to.
Certainly
He has
not.
to farm the jungle, and it's really obvious where he's farming. And they've warded up the jungle as well.
They'll catch it again. They see Skywrath Mage is up there, and Skywrath Mage also can be caught out. Ooh, Hook is going to miss there on the mid lane, trying to make it go again on Swindle, but now Pudge under pressure, silenced up. Can they burst him down quick enough? He has no levels yet into Flesh Heap, so none of that passive magic resistance available, but he's still pretty beefy as it is. So he just quickly bottles on up. That and his Trangs are going to allow him to have a little bit more mobility, and of course the health regen to come right back into this one. And he looks like he's just going to plant himself here and go fishing. Well, Abaddon's getting solo XP in the top lane, wants to get a hold of his ultimate, that borrowed time. We'll be able to have him live on just a little bit longer, but I think Complexity know that. They want to take him down before he gets to that point. Limp is rotating over. He's got Coil ready to go, but Newsham's already
He's
pulled
ditching
back.
this lane.
Yeah,
Radiant's top
Doesn't
tower
want anything to
is
do with
under
it.
attack.
They'll get the tower out of this, so
yeah.
I'm sure this
And he made the
rotation
right
is
call.
fine.
He'll see Puck rotate in. He knows that he needed to pull back. And I don't think there's going to be a rotation coming out from Leviathan to really contest
Radiant
it.
structures
They will pull
are
out the glyph,
fortified.
however, to make him really work for it. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Shredder is continuously farming. He
Radiant's
hasn't really
top
had too much
tower is
contention
under
here.
attack.
He's got his power treads complete near 900 gold. We'll see if he goes right for the Mask of Madness kind of a build, or right into an early
Radiant's
makings
top
of a
tower has
BKB. We'll have to
fallen.
see. But also Moon, big farmer in this game. He's at 54 and 22 CS. Has his own power treads, but near 1,300 gold in his bank account.
Yep. And level 5 on this Abaddon and Pudge, they're going to get way
Radiant's top
stronger when they
tower
both hit
is
level
under
6.
attack.
Oh yeah.
They're just going to be top, soak up this experience, and then probably go on their little roam squad again. Do they have any
Absolutely.
smokes? They have 1 smoke left. Checking the Courier. Yeah, 1 smoke. So they've already burned through 2, but they got 2 kills.
The worth is very much real. And they want to kind of press on and get a benefit of those ultimates as Pudge gets his, and he's already on the run. Just doesn't want to stop. He wants to make sure he gets kill after kill, because that's what Pudge has got to do. If a Pudge really amounts to nothing, his ceiling doesn't get as high as he'd optimally would like. Wants to be able to really
And
snowball.
Panda's not so far from his Blink Dagger either. About 300 gold.
Very nice. And on the other side, you got your Swindlemon Zeus. He's got his staff here. I'm not sure if that's one of the early components to an Agnums or Force Staff or Yules or...
I think he needs a Force Staff this game. He's probably looking at this game and is like, if he gets clapped on and then split, he's gonna die. If he
Yeah.
gets chronoed, he's gonna die. So he needs that mobility item, either with a Blink or Force Staff. And I think Force is a bit of a better choice. Because if he gets Blink clapped, he won't be able to use the Blink.
Long concussive shot. They feel like maybe Puck would consider a jump right there. They don't, but they play it extra safe for now and pull all the way back. Now Shibby steps back, invests in his Blink Dagger, and I'm sure he would love to be able to put it to use right now. And even if that's going to be on
Radiant's top
Swindlemelon,
tower is
who's
under attack.
currently capping the top rune. That could also be his graveyard here. Jump in, clap, here it comes. Primal split. He's going to need some help, and they're just going to use the
Yeah, he's
immolation
just
and
dead.
right-click to take him down. Boop. Come on. Oh, oh, up, out.
Oh no.
Mario.
Okay.
Stone, boom, to the back of the head, and he's done for. Shibby makes work of that first blink and takes it right to Swindlemelons. Nice
He
grab
made that
for
a
them.
bit harder than he had to. Wait, generally what you do is you stun him, and then you hit him a couple times, and then you cyclone him, wait for the stun cooldown to
Yeah.
reset, drop him, stun him again, and then he's pretty much 100% dead.
Moon is in mid lane here, but these are not easy
He has
targets.
his Blink Dagger. Picked up his Blink.
Oh! Oh, he gets him! After the blink back with a bite in the tower, but of course the pact is
dead?
there, but he's going to chase him down with Rot.
Are fortified.
He
might
certainly
just
will.
die.
A secondary miscoil, and they get it. Wow. What a quick reaction hook to pull Moon right back in.
Wow.
Wow, bottom
That was
lane.
crazy.
Bottom tower
They
is
take down
fallen.
Faceless Void. We see the back end of that one. It was the Zeus ultimate that puts the exclamation point on that gank. Sunken does get away, but they ultimately
And that's-
do lose their core Void.
Gyreth against Void.
Dire's middle tower
Got the
is
silence
under
off.
attack.
Wasn't able to chrono or time walk away.
Yeah.
It was an easy kill.
And look who's parked with now a level 4 hook. Jenkins. Seeing if he can go for a nice little pickoff right here. He's going to be scouted out those damn Treants. Going to see exactly what's happening right now. While the rest of Complexity swag themselves on through the jungle. It's going to be a little more time before that rune is up, but they're not going to pursue anything on else. So Leviathan's still ahead now, 5-4 as far as kills. Almost relatively even as far as the net worth is concerned. Meanwhile, mid lane, we see a jump in. Sunken catches a nice ice path. Brew without that primal split gets caught out very easily. Good rotation coming in from Complexity. Take advantage and take down that Brew, and they take down the Jakiro as well. 2 to fall. Complexity bouncing
they got
right
five
back in.
heroes there in a hurry.
Yeah.
What are they
Radiant's
pinging?
middle
Oh, the
tower
ward.
is under attack.
And they take it down.
That's one of the benefits of having this Zeus.
The walking anti-ward.
It's actually really strong.
Yeah.
Radiant's
that
top
anti-warding
tower is
component.
under attack.
So Shredder does have his Mask of Madness, and he has a Chronosphere he would love to put to use here, but look who's lingering behind. Moon Meander on the high ground, knowing they don't have the vision. Nice hook, though. Catches on Zeus. Jenkins grabs another
more.
sweet one, and it's him who
he
gets the
canceled
last
it.
hit.
I thought they were gonna get more. He went to Time Walk and then he just canceled it.
Yeah.
Went for the safer play, just get the Zeus instead of greedy.
Pudge is
I
actually
think that's
bringing
the
in
right play.
a fair amount of kills for his team so far. Not doing too shabby. Those early investments into the Flesh Heap wouldn't be too bad either, but for now, they're going to roll as a group here. Maybe get some early damage in on this tower. It's near half health. Liquid Fire would certainly help bring it down. And look who's cutting on through the jungle, looking to get a hold of
Radiant's top
Z-Freak,
tower
who's
is
this
under
time he's
attack.
well aware. He already retreats up to the north and
Dire's
away.
middle tower is under attack.
And instead, they turn their
Dire's
sights towards
structures
this
are
tier 1.
fortified.
No, whoa! Almost tried to get a hold of Moon Meander there. A little far outside his reach. Not going to happen. And now they will be able to finish off this tier 1. Big burst here on Shibby. Silence is there, and he can't get off the split this time. They tried to use the Chrono defensively to help him out. He's going to be forced to time whack away. And unfortunately, not Jenkins, but Jakiro, rather,
Radiant's
will
top
be left
tower is
behind,
under
taken
attack.
down. So they take down both Shibby and Sunken right there. Great turnaround for Complexity after losing their tier 1 tower. Getting a lot done now. Uh-oh. Now Pudge. He doesn't feel as confident this time. He's going to be forced to pull out the TP to get away, and he will.
And that could have been much worse for Leviathan. Fully backtracked 2 nukes during that fight and was able to get the Chronosphere off.
That luck, though. That's
Excellent
skill.
RNGesus.
Only 2 levels in it as well. Skill is
I think he
so
only had
little.
1 level for that fight.
Oh,
He
really?
was only level 8. Yeah, he was
So
level
much
8.
skill. My
So
goodness.
much skill.
Moon Meander's creeping. Oh, man. Courier's there. It's going to fly on up. By the way, that was the Golden Doomling, like I figured it would be. But he's adding pressure, it looks like, towards the mid lane instead. Lurking on that high cliff, but no one's going to be there. Leviathan instead are smoked up, heading towards the bottom area where Limp was temporarily. And we'll see where they continue pushing on through. It's going to be Roche. It's up and available. Scouted out briefly, but they turn their sights towards mid. Shivy does have the blink and the split. Sees 2 little flimsy supports
Radiant's
here.
middle tower
And he's
is
spotted
under
out.
attack.
Oh, Silence, though, is going to be catching him. And they might be able to burst him down. Hook's going to miss the mark. And it looks like they're going to split paths here. Shivy pursues on, trying to get a finish off the Skywrath Mage. A few more right clicks can do it. Sunken's going to be there to help out. And the rest of the squadron take out Swindle. So Leviathan fire back and take down the 2, even though there was a bit of a shaky start right there. And you can never underestimate the power. Ancient Seal plus Zeus. Huge additional damage on that team. The big nuke potential is going to have to force Leviathan to build up their own bit of magic resistance. And there's your cloak already put up on Pudge. Throw that together with his Flesh Heap. He'll be pretty strong against the magic
Radiant's
damage.
bottom
Hopefully
tower
invest
is
that
under
towards the
attack.
pipe. That could help
They have
out.
split available right now.
Moving on
Dire's
through.
middle tower is
Oh,
under
he's gonna have
attack.
blink again.
Yep.
In 2 seconds is he gonna go?
Radiant's
No,
bottom
looks
tower
like he pulls
is under
back.
attack.
That'd be a bit too him.
Meanwhile, mid lane, Moon makes the jump, trying to quickly take down Jakiro, but he fires back. Can he bite him and hold him in there? He can.
he
Moon's
dead?
eating huge damage from that macro fire, and he falls. Hook wasn't even
Oh,
necessary,
man.
but he wanted to secure it. And that was a misplay right there. He got a bit overzealous, thinking he could take down the dragon quickly, but the lockdown coming in from Pudge holds him right in the heat of the
Radiant's
fire,
top tower
and
is
he gets
under
burnt to a
attack.
crisp.
And honestly, Pudge is pretty good against Sark if you can, if in the early game. But as Sark starts to get stronger,
Ooh,
your route starts to
Chronosphere.
do
They
less
dive
damage.
for Swindle Melon. Shredder. Big right click with that Mask of Madness. He also gets Ice Path, and he goes down. Big damage coming out early on from Shredder. Taking down the Zeus once more. Sunken. Oh, able to get away the heal there. able to help out, and now they
that
turn their
split.
sights on Z-Freak. The split's going to be out and available. Here comes Pudge. Tries to get a hook, not going to catch it right there, but they still take down Z-Freak. Bite should be up and ready, but they might not even need it. Leaping on through is going to be Shredder. Takes down Skywrath Mage. Now Moonin on the action. He might be over past his welcome because here comes Pudge. He wants to bite him, but he is able to get away. Complexity falling short of quite a bit. Can he get a both of them? Silence is there. It comes off. He bites them. They're going to get both. That's a 5-man takedown from Leviathan. And they lose no one on the back end of that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Leviathan pushed way far ahead on the back of that. 14-8. Complexity just kind of hand over one
Dire's
after the
middle
other.
tower is under attack.
And they take
I'm
the
not
game back.
actually sure what
Radiant's bottom tower has
Complexity's idea is with this Slurk. I mean, they usually don't play Slurk like this. They usually use him as a split pusher, get him really farmed, and maybe they're just scared of the pickoff potential of Leviathan with this Chronosphere, but
Oh
he's
my
just
god,
coming to
they
fight.
get Z-Freak in the jungle with a nice hook. And they take him down again. And this is an unstoppable Jenkins Pudge. And he's got 11 flesh strength already.
And honestly, people will say like, oh, Pudge is not a valuable competitive hero, blah blah blah. But honestly, this hero, if you start winning on this hero and you start getting hooked all the time, it affects your mentality severely. You start being scared everywhere on the map, you farm a lot less. You start thinking nowhere is safe, you know, where is this Pudge? I mean, this hero is actually really scary when you start to fall behind.
He might get a Blink Dagger too. He's got 2k saved up. And that would even be more scary. Oh, they have vision on Swindle, but he does not get caught
knows
out.
the ward
He
that's
knows
there.
that there's a ward there, so he lightning
Oh,
strikes
that
to
is
confirm
really
it.
dangerous. He can't stay near the ward.
So he's like, there's a ward there. I'm not going to be able to do anything about it, but it's there. And he can't move in and grab it. Jenkins is going to guard the ward if he has to. Meanwhile, top lane, Shredder makes a go here on Limp. Can't get quite
That's
enough
not
damage
happening.
off to take
He
care
might
of
be
him, and
dead
he's going to now have to make a run, and unfortunately he's going to get caught out and taken down. So Complexity managed to grab a kill back for themselves on a bit of an overzealous play from Shredder while the tier 1 was still standing. But while they all
That was
rotate to the
certainly
top,
optimistic.
they can't
they're gonna
rotate
get the
to mid.
courier.
Radiant's courier has been
Oh,
killed.
nice. Behind the back play coming out from Z-Freak. Quickly takes out the courier. Doesn't have any cargo, but he grabs it again the second time this game. With the vision of that ward, or just kind of scouting out, I guess, in the mid lane. Moves in from behind and grabs it.
He's gonna cut the creep wave,
Dire's middle
try to
tower
deter the
is
push,
under
but I don't think it's
attack.
gonna do anything. They have the illusions on Panda, and they actually just tank so much because of the
Dire's middle
passive.
tower
Yeah,
has
Liquid
fallen.
Fire certainly
And-
helps.
What an odd skill build coming out from Chibi. What is this? He has only 2 points Drunken Brawler and stats. That is not
Whoa.
something we ever see.
That's... Well, I guess he... I don't know. I want to try to justify why you wouldn't just level up Drunken Brawl all the way at
Radiant's
least, but
bottom tower is
you
under
know, it looks like he
attack.
just values a little bit of extra life, a little extra mana. So, they finally take
Looks
down
like
that
they're
pesky
finally
ward.
yeah, they're gonna T-ward it now that it's safe.
But, I mean, I think you're right. They're constantly... They get another one over here. Or at least
Yeah,
they ping it
they're
out.
constantly scared.
Moonbander knows it's there. They put down the sentry and they'll take them both down. They are well aware that Leviathan constantly have some very aggressive wards out, so this Pudge can really go in. And he does indeed finish out a Blink Dagger.
Yeah, and it's actually
man.
quite clever if you think about this combination of Slark and Zeus. Slark always is aware of where wards are.
Yep.
And Zeus can deward for free. And I've noticed that they've ran this combination quite a few times.
Yeah. But this, like you were saying before, the playstyle is a little different this game. Not as farm heavy on the side of the Slark, and then making a later debut into the fray with much more item potential. Now he's just trying to get involved early. You know, for now he does have his blink and drums now complete, but in those heated team fights, he didn't have the drums. He only
Radiant's
had a
middle
simple
tower
bracer and his
is
blink
under
dagger,
attack.
and that's not going to be a lot to
Dire's top
withstand
tower
the
is under
heavy
attack.
damage coming out from Leviathan. They're looking to push down mid lane though. Tier 1's eating a lot of damage. It looks like it's going to be a trade as Leviathan finish off top. They also will rotate for a defense though. Leaping onto the high ground, they see Swindle Melons and they'll finish him off. And it's Jenkins who benefits from a wicked 6 streak and picks up the extra bit of flesh strength, pushing him up to 12.
Wow.
Wow.
And they're just getting picked apart. They can't do anything against the Chrono and the Split. they can't team fight against it anymore because they sort of lost their momentum and their advantage.
Pretty surprising considering complexity. I would imagine we're going to be the heavy favorites coming into this one, going against Leviathan, who are just the team that made it through the qualifiers. And they're putting on a pretty nice show here.
Maybe Complexity underestimated Leviathan a little bit, just by the way Moon has been playing this game. I mean, usually we just see him farming on this hero, but he made the choice to team fight with his team, and it certainly hasn't paid off this
that
time.
might have been a missed blink play there from Limp. He pops the silence before the blink goes off, and now he eats a
He
hook.
gets hooked.
Oh no, big misplay leads to Puck's death, and now they're going to go for more. They're going to go for Swindle again. Macropyre on top of it. Zeus is done. Desperation ult at the end of that one, but man, Leviathan, it just gets better and better at that point. They secure the tier 2. They get a couple of pickoffs there, and it looks like they're going to just try to pelt in some damage on this tier 3 with the liquid fire.
And Z-Freak is just desperately trying to get any trades that he can. He got the tier 1 middle, but there's no way he can't pressure this tier 2. Not yet,
Faceless Void's got his BKB now complete. Hook's not going to catch right there. But this tier 3 is going down pretty damn quick. And now Moon moves in. Shivy does not have Primal Split, needs 15 seconds, but Moon is eating huge damage. Blink and Bite is more than enough to take down the Slark. Great counter right there. And the Skywrath Mage. This is turning into a slaughter. Leviathan, the underdogs, putting on a strong show against Complexity. Moon bought back and he dies again.
That might be game.
This is very uncharacteristic of Complexity right now. They are just throwing the game over to Leviathan. And Leviathan, a team that's looked strong the whole way through, they clean out once more a buyback on the puck. This is like 7, 8 kills in one team fight.
And if we look at the... Oh, and the fighting just doesn't stop.
No, it certainly doesn't. Shibby, though, might actually end up going down here. Get some few right clicks in, and they do end up getting the kill, though, before he goes. Benefits from the XP. Skywrath Mage falls, and Jenkins gets the deny. Jesus Christ.
Top barracks are under attack.
As if it wasn't bad enough. Oh, I lost my fight recap. I think it was like, it was
too long that the fight recap wasn't going to get the whole story.
Yeah, it got
this one
twice.
says 2 for 1 with a gold
I mean, we
swing
can
of
just look
about...
at the gold graph.
Yeah.
They're up about 8,000 golds, 10,000 experience. Huge fight for them. They got the tier 3, Moon bought back. I mean, this Slark's almost going to be a non-factor this game.
That was
I mean,
a
he
lot
just
of
died,
gold.
bought back, and died.
Wow. Just that all started from the potential engagement that Complexity wanted to make with that puck, and he doesn't get the blink off properly, and then it all goes to real shit as the puck gets caught with the hook. They jump on through, they get a hold of Swindle Melons, they take him out, they go for high ground, and they manage to rip apart the rest of the team, and then they get him again on the back of a couple of diebacks, and they're not done yet. Oh, Swindle. Oh, it's not going to be there. Fakes like 4 times, keeping Swindle guessing, and gets the quick bolt off so he can't blink a secondary time. And they don't converge. Man, oh man.
And it's just so annoying to play against. I mean,
Mind
you look at
games.
how... You're always in fear.
A jungle pudge, mind you.
How do they come back in this game? Yeah, they jungled Pudge to like level 3, and then they started roaming with LOA.
He did find some nice early kills on. You know, getting
Yeah,
a hold of Zeus
in the
a couple
jungle.
of times, and they made it work. And now Leviathan, they're going to go for Roche. It is scouted out, though. Well, Treant's bringing in that extra bit of intel as Z-Freak's already in the enemy territory, and they're looking to flank. And they don't have Pudge yet, but Pudge does have those boots of travel. Comes in from behind. And now, oh, wow, he gets a hold of him. Jumps back. He gets the bite off, which he doesn't even need. Just a heavy burst coming in, and the rot's more than enough. Now Moon Meander, desperate to save, has to double back. Pounces to the high ground. Hook, not going to catch this time. But this is enough space for the rest of his team to finish out what they started on that Roche, and it's going to be Faceless Void who pockets the Aegis. Man, oh man, Leviathan, their dominating performance, and the shaky performance of Complexity just continues.
So how do they come back? I think they need to start pushing out these lanes as hard as they can with the Sark and the
Radiant's
Furion,
bottom tower
and just hope
is
that they
under
can split
attack.
push their way into a position where it's winnable again. Because I think if the Sark gets farmed enough, they might not have an answer, but I don't know. They're just so farmed on these
Oh, look at
cores.
Shibby. He's in the enemy home base right now, just scouting out with this invis.
I mean, he's got BKB. What can they do to him?
Yeah, he's got BKB.
There's
so does
no way
Faceless
to remove the split. I think Sark's just too poor this game
Void's has
for
his
them to come
Maelstrom.
back.
Oh my goodness. The late game potential of Leviathan is also just getting ready to come online as the right click coming
Yeah.
out from Void is getting that much better.
I think even if they had solid performances, if they're on even gold, I would say Leviathan still has a slight edge.
Yeah.
Just because they have the Void and the Panda, which are two really good late game heroes, if the Panda goes to the AC Vlad's belt.
Man, oh
and
man.
Complexity only have the Slurk. Well, they have the Slurk,
Radiant's
Zeus, and the
middle
Furion. I don't know.
tower is
It'd be
under
very
attack.
close in the late game, I think.
Jenkins is on the hunt to try to see if he can
Close.
get Swindle Melons, but he already pieced out. Blinks up the high ground, he won't see anywhere.
And he has bots now.
Yeah,
How
he
much
had bots,
is it?
and he already has near 1,800 gold also invested after that.
18
can-
flesh strength.
He might come to the top lane here momentarily, but he's got,
He
yeah,
has 45 flesh strength. Sorry.
2.5k.
That is pretty crazy. That's like a heart
That's ridiculous.
strength.
And now, as they slowly continue to add a little bit of extra pressure,
I think they only need to get the Zeus in the chrono. If Zeus gets in the chrono, they lose.
and well, they got Pudge here now involved in the action, and this is scary for Complexity. They have to stay spread for the he gets him. Nice grab. Swindle Melons can't see it coming. Meanwhile, Shredder moves on through, opens a chrono on 2, cleans out the Skywrath Mage, and it's an immediate buyback coming out from Swindle. And they're also
Bottom tower
not even the hook necessary. They take out the
Dire's
puck.
structures are fortified.
And Moon Meander,
Dire's top
Nature's
barracks
Prophet,
are
and the
under
second
attack.
life of Swindle is all that's left to defend as Brew continues to zone them back. They are going to finish out. Swindle's going to die again.
Radiant's
And they're gonna
bottom
get the
tower
racks.
is under attack.
Man, oh man, Leviathan. The ace up their sleeve with the last pick Pudge is paid off and then some this game.
Oh, what a sprout. Saved his life.
Man, oh
Man,
man.
what a draft from Leviathan. They just got Complexity off their game.
Yeah, Pudge definitely brings a new element to the game that you are just not used to in this kind of competitive play.
And I think if you fall behind with a draft like Complexities, they really struggle. They don't really have any good AoE lockdown outside of the coil. You know, they have a lot of single target, but no real good AoE lockdown. And so after the coil, there's really nothing left to protect them.
I mean, you got
So
Moon Meander Slark who has a blink, but his blink is not really helping except getting across the map a little bit quicker and maybe able to get away. Meanwhile, mid lane, it looks like they got a quick grab on Limp. Just another unnecessary catch out. And Leviathan pounce, take advantage.
And if we look at the gold graph, it's about 12,000 golds, almost 20,000 experience.
Huge. Did they even
Chibi's
use the
gonna be
Aegis? They
working
haven't
on
even had
this.
to use the Aegis
No, they
yet.
haven't used the Aegis yet.
Still with Void, so they're happy to keep fighting. It's probably got only about a minute or so left, but still.
I think it's impossible for them
Dire's
to take
bottom
team
tower
fights now.
is under attack.
Yeah, this is...
Like, Leviathan have to, like, walk it to tier 4s and fight them under tier 4s, I think, at this point for them to win a team fight. Like, they have to just split push and hope that they can get strong enough to where it's possible for them to win a team fight. Because right now, I just don't see it.
Dire's bottom tower is
Complexity's
under
like they're
undefeated
gonna-
streak in
Radiant's middle
jeopardy
tower is un-
to a
Dire's
Jungle
bottom
Pudge
tower has
Leviathan
fallen.
squad. That are now
They're
getting
just
ready
gonna
to...
push bottom.
Yep, they're moving on in. Liquid Fire coming forward. They eat a lot of damage. They can't blink in quite yet. The silence is there, but they just simply BKB it off. He's not going to bother investing a chrono for just some measly support Skywrath
Radiant's
Mage,
top
but
tower is under
Fire's back
attack.
with the ultimate. But still, everyone pretty
Radiant's
full on
top
life for
tower
now
has fallen.
as they continue to lay in this tier 3 tower while Brew is going to get a hold of Swindle and take him out by his lonesome.
Dire's
Hook's not going to
bottom
catch that
tower
time, though.
is under attack.
And now he throws up Skywrath Mage, and he'll just kind of focus fire him. I mean, Shibby alone is doing serious work on these supports. Takes out him, no problem.
Are under attack.
He's doing so much damage.
It's just a bouncer. for the Fountain of the Complexity team. Moon with a desperation play, jumps on in, gets caught with an ice path, and they just let him have it. Pulls out the ultimate to save his life, and he has to retreat on out. Oh, the Chronosphere is just a little too late, but they still get Z-Freak with it, and they take down Nature's Prophet. And that's it.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a good game.
I have not seen Complexity get dominated like that in quite a long time. And Leviathan looks so good there for a team that's 2-2. Made their way all the way through the qualifiers and pull out a pudge pick at the end. Complexity clearly were just not in their game at that one.
I mean, honestly, teams aren't used to playing against Pudge in competitive matches, and this hero can really get you off your game quite easily. I mean, we saw today Navi using Pudge, and they just like steamrolled that game.
Yeah, that was a clinic. It was a clinic, certainly, man. Leviathan looked damn good. That puts them up now
They
to
did look
3-2 record, and they're right up there with the top 4, top 5 position. Complexity.
Yep.
They take their first loss. They're at 3-1 now. Obviously, that still keeps them in a pretty good spot, but not looking to stay undefeated, it looks like, and maybe should consider, if they were underestimating Leviathan, that might be a lesson learned. Good stuff. All right, so we have one more game to go today here in the Summit 2 America, and that game is going to be Infinity Stack. Going to be going against Pain Gaming, and we'll be coming right back with that one. If you like what you heard, catch me on my Twitter at CoddleGuy. This gentleman here, actually, that's Captain Picard doing a facepalm, but my co-caster is Mr. F4L. Catch him over on his Twitter at F4L Dota. A pleasure as always, folks. We'll be back after a small break with game number 5.